Mover Nation, it has been quite the week here in Los Angeles. I got not much to say other than pray for us here in LA. Today was our first real clear day over here on the west side where I live in Santa Monica. I'm going to share with you the experience and the whole ordeal that I've been going through the last 4 days. And if you've been following me on social media, you've seen some of the videos, share some of my personal thoughts, some people I ran into, some of the people I met along the way. And but man, it has been a week. Mover Nation, I'm Collier Landry. Let's get into it.
Testimony continued today in the most notorious criminal trial in which Dr. John Boyle is accused of killing his wife, Noreen.
The boy confidently told the jury it was his decision to testify against his father.
I heard a scream. I heard a thud. It's about this loud.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
I decided at an early age that our trauma should not be what defines us. It's what we choose to do with it that does. I'm here to share my unique perspective on true crime, mental health, society, and popular culture, and always with a slight sense of humor. I'm Collier Landry, and welcome to my show.
Mover Nation, wherever you may be and however you may be watching or listening, thanks for making me part of your day. Live from Santa Monica, California, welcome to the Collier Landry Show. If you didn't know who I am, I'm Collier Landry, and I have my name up for some reason on the screen, just in case you don't know. Oh man, guys, it has been a week. Let me tell you what, it has been a week over here on the west side. So I live in Santa Monica. I have been filming and sharing with you guys since Tuesday, since this fire started. I'm speaking specifically about the Palisades fire, which was right off my deck. So right behind me in that window, I've been watching this whole thing play out for 5 days now. And some of you who follow me on TikTok, I've been live on TikTok. I've been live on Instagram. I've been live here on YouTube the last several days to share with you my experience. And I'll tell you, like, it's really, really hard because I had a client in town. She was staying at a hotel called Shutters by the Beach, which ended up being like the evacuation hub for all the people in the Palisades on the first night of the fire, which was Tuesday night. That was whatever, January 7th. God, it feels like ages ago that this all happened. So the hotel was overrun with doggies and people and kids, and just, it was people crying. It was like heartbreaking to watch these people and interact with these people. And I was sharing a lot from my balcony as I saw it unfold. It started with the first video, which I'll play here in a second. It started at 10 a.m. on the 7th. So that was Tuesday. I was sitting here at this desk where I'm talking to you guys at, doing a podcast interview and working with a client of mine. And we were talking. I'm trying to center myself here. I'm all disoriented. Sitting here doing a podcast, and I had gone outside to my deck like I always do, and just like it's during the day or whatever, get some fresh air. And I look up and I see a small little fire, just a small little fire on the mountain. And I call the fire department or whatever. It's already been reported, but it doesn't, I mean, it's scary because we're having really high winds, but it's like, oh, okay, it should be pretty contained. It wasn't in a populous place yet. And then the whole thing exploded. And it looked like for amount of time, it was going to go away. Because the smoke, the smoke kind of went down. So it looked like, okay, they've gotten on, the firefighters have gotten on top of it, etc. Okay, great. It's not going to be a huge threat. So anyways, that night I go live and the winds are like 100 miles an hour. I'm live on TikTok. I'm going to try to see if I can share the video with you guys. I don't know how the lives on TikTok work sometimes. Like they don't pop up when you're looking for them. I don't know. TikTok, whatever's going to happen with TikTok's and gonna happen. Thank you so much for everybody being here, by the way. So anyways, this is my personal story. So I have been posting about this a lot all week, I had been working. I had been filming at the beach where all this is going in this neighborhood, filming because I had this client fly in, and it's just like, what was I? I told her, I was like, hey, there's going to be high winds coming, and she's like, oh, should we reschedule? If I had only known. Hindsight 2020. But I'll tell you a really interesting story because I was posting all of this, as I said, I'm trying to get my Alexa to stop talking in the background. There we go. Great. So I've been sharing everything with you guys, and I'll actually plop this up here. Some of these little tidbits here. Okay. So these are some of my images from the balcony. So let me see what date that was. Let me find the first night. So this was the first night. And these were like gale force winds. I mean, you see how blurry the trees are. The palm trees, these are right off my deck. You see how crazy that looks. Those are, I'll remove this little banner so y'all can see better. So this is off my deck. This is, the wind is going crazy. And you just see out of control this blaze is. And this is me live on TikTok. I think this is right when actually this is live on Instagram. Sorry. This is live on Instagram. I went live on TikTok first. There was hundreds of people in there. But this is the blaze when it started. So this is the base of the hill. And you can see this is right off where I live. So I live in Santa Monica. I was right on the border of the evacuation zone. And this was, obviously you see these blazes really low. Not up on the mountain, really low. So I'm sharing all this, and part of it is when you're a creator, right? You share these experiences, and you share these experiences, and you're like, I don't want it to be trauma porn. I don't want to share things, but this is my experience. This is off my deck. I see the whole thing happening. But there's people suffering, right? And you want to kind of be cautious when you're talking about it. Even though I'm affected by this community, even though I spend a lot of time hiking in these mountains, I spend a lot of time mountain biking these mountains, I spend a lot of time in the ocean. This is my neighborhood. This is my stomping grounds. I go to these restaurants that all burned down. I mean, all these places, right? But I was still a little reticent about what was happening. And I'll tell this story really quick because I run into, I don't know if I should share it yet. I'll hold it for a little bit later. I'll tell the story later. So this is my experience on the first night, and I wish I could pull up the TikTok. Let me see if I can figure this out. Sorry, guys. It was not a, jeez, that scared the living crap out of me. Where are my lives on TikTok? Oh, no. Recents, no. I really wish I could share this live because the live was great. Because it was all just going on as it just was happening. Stories archive. Failed to load. Try again. TikTok shop. Nope. Yeah, anybody has any ideas, you tell me. It's why you have tears. Yes, absolutely. I was really emotional while this is going on, but I'm almost about ready to blow off my roof this entire time. And come on, TikTok Studio, where would we find lives? Okay. It says it will download. All right. Let me see if I can get this downloaded because this would be great to share with you guys. Because this was so intense. I thought I was going to blow off my roof. And we have these really high winds, the Santa Ana winds every year. And I have definitely been hit by gusts that were 100 plus mile or 100 plus, but like 80 miles an hour, like just knocked on my ass. And the replay is processing. Longer lives take more. All right. I'm trying to get to the good stuff here. Of me almost blowing off my roof here. Anyways, this is this night that all this is going on. Yeah, I don't care. Come on, TikTok. Ah. Your live replay will automatically download. Wait. On Wi-Fi when it's ready. Yeah, it should. It should download. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, so let me show you when the fire started. Yeah, but this is me off of my roof. Ugh, stupid.
What's up, everybody? So you can see behind me.
All right. We'll wait for that to download. Your live replay will automatically download. Should have gone live on TikTok. Should have gone live on YouTube. That's what I should have done. Let me show you guys the first video when all this started. So we have the Santa Ana winds, which are going crazy. Y'all hear this? Really, really high winds. But then I come out on my deck and I see this massive cloud of smoke. There's a fire. You guys can't see it. There's a fire way on the mountains, way over there. Probably go up here a little bit more. Oh, this is wild. I'm gonna flip the camera around for you guys. All right. Flip the camera around for you guys. This is it. Okay. So there's the fire. This is the very start of the Palisades fire. Wow. The very start. Now, from what I know, that there's no habitation there. That's just the Santa Monica Mountains. Oh my God. Yeah, like obviously there's people that live to the west of this, but like right there in that specific area, that was just like the mountains and just regular stuff. So I didn't think anything of it initially. Like, okay, they're going to get this put out because they usually do get these put out straight away. They're really good here. That's so crazy. And then you see all that smoke, right? Woof. And that's how badly that thing escalated. And then what had happened is the actual fire sort of died down. And I was like, oh, okay, this will be pretty chill. Hey guys, we have these fires in Southern California. And today, because the Santa Ana winds are going so crazy, look at this plume of smoke behind me. Let me zoom in, I'll show you guys the fire, but I came out my deck just to see all my plants are all knocked over. I come out here to see this, and then this is happening. It's just wild. Check it out, guys. So that was the start of this fire. Then later on, dun, dun, dun. So I end up going to, yeah, okay. Then this is later on that night. This is 4. Okay, so that was 3:58. Okay, so then a friend of mine who I had called up, who luckily I had about, what are we, January 12th now? Like beginning of December, she was going back to Florida and she had a place in the Palisades. And I said, hey, do me a favor. like I have a storage unit. Put your stuff in my storage unit just in case anything wacky happens. So she put like the majority of all her furniture from her place and everything. She put everything in storage and a lot of her clothes and everything. Because I was like, look, I'll get a bigger unit, because it actually ended up being like this deal they were having at the storage place. It was like I ended up paying half the rent for 3 times the space. Don't ask me. It makes no sense. But I ended up getting her to put her stuff into my storage unit. So thank God my dear friend did not leave her stuff in her apartment, because this is her. She went back to save she went back to save her landlord next door's cat. And this is what was going on.
This is all burning. This is Palisades High. That's Sunset. That's Sunset.
So this is Sunset Boulevard. I shared this the other day. This is Sunset Boulevard in the Pacific Palisades. So this is Pali High. So if you go up, yes, I told this story before. Yes, of course. But I'm sharing it again for those of you that have not heard it. So basically going up the if you go up to Mescal Canyon, this is where all this is, and you hit Sunset Boulevard. I could probably pull up a map, but this is all my stomping grounds where I go and I work out, I go hiking, all this stuff. All this stuff is in flames.
That's Sunset. That's Palisades High.
So this is about 4:30 in the afternoon.
It's completely on fire. That's Sunset North Side. This is down the center. This is down the center. I was saving a cat. This is down the fucking center. I just hope that I get out of here alive. And I'm not fucking kidding. Oh my God! Oh my God, it's burning so bad down there. I just got to get the fuck out of here. So I just looked down to Mescal, and it's by the ocean. It is just, all of it was aflame. A flame. I'm driving through town now, and I am not going to get into a wreck. Keep this on. And
this is the downtown of the Palisades.
Basically, I barely made it. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not out yet.
All of this is gone now.
But the air is getting clearer. It's getting clearer, but it's awful. I mean, it is the entire Palisades.
So this is sure my friend is going to be so thrilled that I shared that video without makeup. Just give me, hey man, just asking if you need a video editor to edit your live stream. Yeah, you can email me at info@collierlandry.com. We can talk about that. So we put the email in for this gentleman on Only Zeus. Anyways, yeah. So that was about 4:30 on the 7th. So then, if TikTok downloaded my stupid video, oh yes, they did. Absolutely fantastic, because this is crazy. So this was at guys, it gets dark so early here. I dropped my client off, or I dropped my client off and met them at 5:30 or something at the Shutters by the beach, at the hotel, and then I ended up coming back here to do a live because I wanted to see if my place was still here, because we were on the border of the evacuation of the first evacuation warning zone. Even though I live right past the freeway, these fires spread so quickly. If you've never been in a fire, I've been in, so outside of these fires here in Los Angeles, I've been in 2 house fires in my life. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Fire is absolutely crazy. It spreads very fast, and it's very dangerous, and the smoke and everything, and my lungs are still making me crazy. Shout out to Trisha Addicts from Mad Rush Podcast, sent me a bunch of N95 masks the other day, so I've been able to use those. They've been great. It's I gotta tell you guys something. It's so wild because I can't go to my gym because the gym is closed, and they're closing it early because of air quality. I'm like, yeah, right. I mean, yeah, the air quality is not great, but it's okay, sure. We're paying a lot of money. We're paying a membership here, guys. But everybody's walking around with masks on, and we're all saying to each other, be safe. Oh yeah, be safe. It's like, did I go back in time, in a time machine to 2020? Everybody's wearing masks. They're saying, be safe. I'm like, what is happening here? Gyms are closed. Everywhere's closed. It's insane, but it's fires. Not COVID, thank God. So later on that night, so I'm going to play you. This is the video from my TikTok, which I haven't even watched this. This is in the heart of the storm, of the windstorm. Hey everybody! So this is my rooftop. This is the Palisades fire. Let's see if I can just figure it out. Okay, so you see it. I'm going to show you guys. You can see it behind me, I guess. Oh my God. Figure out a way to turn the camera around. So that's it. The view from my rooftop in Santa Monica. So I don't know if I can zoom in or not, but you see the entire, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. We have evacuated from the Palisades, and that's what's going on. I mean, this is just amazing. So this is on my deck is out there. I'll flip this around. And my roof is above me. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. But you see how, there we go. There it is. I don't know how they're going to be able to put this thing out. This is just crazy. You see all the fires on the street, winds right? Are so intense. I don't know if you can see. It's probably a good like 40, 45 mile an hour winds right now. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the love and hearts, guys. I appreciate it. There it is. Thank you for the good patch. Whoa. Yeah, so I almost get blown over. It gusted. All right, that was a big gust. That was a big one. I am 6'1", almost 6'1", 215 pounds. And I almost got knocked on my ass by those winds. That gust hit so hard. Collier, you need to get your hair done. Not gonna lie, that was a big scary gust. There's my hair going crazy. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being with me. Yeah, so then I get low. It's so, wow, I don't know if you can see how gusty those trees are. It's getting a little gusty. I don't know if you can see the trees or not. The telephone poles that night. So this was really scary, is because a lot of these fires are started by electrical wires, which will go down. And a lot of people will tell you in California, when we have the big concern with earthquakes, is obviously the earthquakes are scary and there's destruction that comes from the actual earthquake. But the biggest source of destruction from an earthquake is the fires that occur, because the telephone wires go down and the telephone wires ignite, or not telephone wire, but the telephone poles and the electrical wires, they singe the brush and then they start fires on people's roofs and stuff like that. So that's the real danger. So the telephone poles, I don't even know if I was filming it or not. I was just freaking out. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and the telephone poles that were out my window of my kitchen were like this, bending like this. I thought they were going to snap. They were like, I mean, it was crazy. Crazy. I mean, this is what they're dealing with these firemen. I mean, the winds are so gusty that I thought it was going to blow off my roof. That's how intense this was. Grab onto this old antique satellite. I wouldn't normally wear it. You can't even hear me. The winds are so bad. Look at those trees bending. Crazy. I mean, I had to get so low so I don't blow off the roof. It's pretty. I'm gonna hold on to the satellite dish. Not gonna lie. Yeah. I can't stand up anymore. It's really gusty. Yeah, I held on to the satellite dish because I thought it was gonna blow away. Thank God for those stupid satellite dishes that are on the roof, because I hate those things. I want to get rid of them. Oh, jeez. My God. This was 5 nights ago. This is Tuesday night. This is about approximately like 7:30 at night on Tuesday. LA time. So this is like, this is like 7:30 at night. It's scary stuff. That's just crazy. Thanks for the love, guys. Now, if you see where this palm tree is right here in the distance on the left-hand side, I'll make this full screen. Or I'm sorry, on the right-hand side of the screen, the little small, I don't know if you guys can see me dragging the mouse or not. There's a little small palm tree there. on the far right of the screen. So right in the center of that is like the start of what they call Mandeville Canyon, which leads into Brentwood. So this was like the very start of. So as you see, the fire's west, and I'll show you. I'll show you guys another photo here. So this is. Let's see if I got this straight here. So you see the palm tree here? I don't know if you see that. That's that palm tree. That's in that video. That is that palm tree. And then you see this photo is from 9250. This photo is from Wednesday morning at 6:50 a.m. So you see where the fire is with the palm tree on the right? Then you see the fire to the right of that palm tree. That's, 10 hours later. The fire jumped all the way over there. Yeah, and you see these are the hills. And this is where I go mountain biking. You can see that trail right to the top. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Can you see this? Okay. Oh, is it mirroring? That's kind of funny. You can see this over the kind of on the top of the screen. Yeah, right here. Okay, I'll do that. Is that easier? Yeah, there we go. So this, hey, look at that. Okay, that's the start of this. Is the side, one of the sides of the oh, look, I can use a little pointer. So again, there's that palm tree that's way off in the distance in the other shot. Right? This is the night before. This is the night before at 7:30, 7:45 at night. This is 6 in the morning. And you see it's crept all the way over here, right? This is 9:30 on the 8th. 9:30 a.m. on the 8th, Wednesday the 8th. So you see it's crept even farther because now we're on the other side of that little hill. So you see here, now we're on the other side of the palm tree. Because you have these little guys right here. Now we're zoomed in, and that was that. So we're on the other side of those palm trees now. Then later on in the day, this is Air Force 2, which the president was right here. So I live by Santa Monica Airport too. So the airport's right there that way. That's Air Force 2. I think it's Air Force 2, the Marine 1. That's what it is. Marine 1, not Air Force 2. Marine 1, the helicopter, right? That's the president's helicopter, or there was two of them. So one's the president's and one's the decoy or whatever. There was a ton of airplanes and everything because the president was in town. Good old Biden. Obama. All right. So this image is later that night. This is at 10:46 p.m. on the night of the 8th. So if you remember earlier, if you saw these trees, the fire was over this side, right? This is hours after the fire first started. So this is on the 7th, the night of the 7th, around 4:30, around 5:00 p.m. Sorry, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. on the 7th. By the time we're the 8th, and this is the sun that night, by the way. Look at that, just crazy with all the smoke. That was how the fire ended up. So this is what it ended up becoming later on that night. And then I just showed you the TikTok video. We'll get back to that in a second. But that's how low this fire came. So this is right above San Vicente Boulevard here in the here in Santa Monica. So this is a good. I'm like at the edge of the evacuation zone ish, the evacuation warning zone. You see how far down the mountain. This is why this was so like deadly, because and everybody was freaking out because it came so far. Normally they stay up here in the mountains. The fires stay up there and then they're put out. They have enough water. Sorry. They have a reservoir, holds 100 million gallons right up there. It's normally not empty. It's not empty. Yeah. This is so it comes all the way down into where it threatens all the apartments and everything, and then they can just take off, mind the pun, like wildfire and just start to scorch all the neighborhoods, which is really, really, really bad. For those of you that don't know, the hydrants ran out of water that night. The reservoir was not filled at the top of the Pacific Palisades that they have for these wildfires. Yeah. But that's a whole other story. We won't get into the politics of all this. We'll refrain from that. Again, this is the next morning, about 7 a.m., 6 a.m. This is later on that night. As I said, that is what is it, 67? That is, as I said, I think that is 7:30 the night of the 8th. So you see how far across it has gone. Now we're at the top of that other hill. Now this is where I go mountain biking. This is over Mandeville Canyon. This is like the Westridge Trailhead almost. It's like right here. It's just absolutely wild. Here's a wider shot of what's going on. But you see how the fire just erupted right below it, right? So there's the mountain. And then you see it erupt right here in the next image. Not even, what was that? That was like 2 hours later. 7:26. Yeah, 10:46 by 10:46. This is 10:46. This was 7:30, 7:46. This is 10:46. So now it's erupted down here, and this is where it gets so scary, as you can see. I guess I can zoom in. Oh, yeah, look at that. All of this. It's just insane. Here's the moon. All the smoke. And at this time, our winds had started to sort of die down a little bit. There's a zoomed in shot of this even more. But I mean, again, just absolutely wild. And this is all, as I said, guys, from my deck right there, right where that window is. So yeah, this is where I live. I live in Santa Monica. So I had a front row seat to all this, which is not something fun. I mean, this almost looked like a lava running down the side of a mountain. I mean, it's just. So that is at night 74. That was at so that was at 5 a.m. on the morning of the 9th. So I obviously went to sleep. I have to work. Went to sleep, and I had kind of prayed like, hey, I hope this would all be out when I woke up, and then this is what I woke up to the next morning, right out my window. And ran up here and was just like, okay. I went down to film at the beach, and this was the smoke, all of this, if you can see, So this is all Malibu. And this was hard to see the day before, but it kind of cleared out. This is all about, as you see the plumes of smoke here, 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 all these places still on fire, because what happened is the freeway, and for those of you who've been watching this or paying attention, the fire jumped across the Pacific Coast Highway and destroyed the whole coastline. Many, many businesses were destroyed. Homes were destroyed. Some were spared. It's ironic. Some were spared, like the fire jumps, right? But this is like the tip of Malibu as you go around the curve on Pacific Coast Highway, and you can just see all these places just up in smoke. Over here, and I did a video last night, guys. I took my mountain bike and rode you guys all the way up to the top, where all of this, or to the end of where I could go. I could have gone farther. I asked the fire guys, like, because the National Guard was there, and I asked if I could go up further. They're like, you can, but like, and I just didn't. I wanted to share the experience with you guys on the bike ride, but I also don't want to impede with the firefighters' efforts, because that's the last thing I want to do is make their jobs more complicated than they already are, because they've already just been risking their lives, and everyone's exhausted from this whole ordeal. So it's like the last thing I need to do is like run up there with a camera and be an a-hole. But as you can see, so this is the Santa Monica Pier right here, obviously just normally all lit up. And this is now just completely just shut down, obviously. This is Thursday night, as I was saying. And this is leading into why is that moving? This is the Palisades here. Come on. So this is the edge of Santa Monica, leading into the Pacific Palisades, where all this devastation occurred. So this is behind the Santa Monica Pier. This is California Incline. When I took you guys on the bike ride last night, you'll see that, the California Incline and all that. But that is the smoke that was in everywhere. There's the sunset. This is on the night of the 9th. Yeah, this is Thursday the 9th at 4:45 p.m. At sunset, which is a super beautiful shot. But this is really what it looked like in real life. This is not enhanced. It was red. It was really super creepy. Yeah, just eerie, just even looking at that. It's just crazy. This is the next day. This is Friday, because what happened was there was a fire that broke out in Calabasas and in West Hills. So that's behind the mountain, as you can see. So all of this had been charred. There's the Santa Monica Pier, just completely shut down, right? Big tourist attraction, just completely shut down. There's the fire burning, because on the other side of all this is Calabasas, Malibu, because it's on the other side of the mountain from the coastline is Malibu, and it was burning up towards Pepperdine, with Pepperdine University, for those of you familiar with. And then when I came back home, this was over on my side again, my side of town. It wasn't done. This is Friday. This is Friday at 5:30. This is after I dropped my client off at the airport. Again, more just smoke over here, and just, and I think I did a live that night for you guys. And then this is what happened. So this is Friday night as well. So you see the whole silhouette of the mountaintop. Cat Loves Catskills, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Marie Hathaway, thank you for the super sticker. Cat Loves Catskills, thank you. It's so surreal. I can't believe you were watching this as it was happening. Yes, it was all unfolding in front of me. Guys, I don't know what our likes are, but please smash that like button. It helps with the algorithm. I have no idea where we're at. If you are enjoying this content, like as you see, I am risking my health for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. Please. Please smash the like button. Let me know if you're enjoying this video. That is the best way to do so. $350 likes. Come on. We can get those up. We got 700 people here. Everybody hit that like button. It's free. It's free to hit the like button. It really is. It helps bring more people to the stream, which helps the channel. Helps it grow so I can do more things like this. Hopefully not more things like this, but this is, because this is just not great. Oh, yes, I wear my mask. Yes, on the outskirts, I wear my mask all the time. Somebody actually saw me with it in the grocery store today and said, well, you don't need to wear the mask now. It's all. I was like, yeah, that's cool, dude. You can not wear your mask. I was not the best mask wearer during COVID, but you put a nasty fire and all these plastic particles. My whole deck is covered with soot and ash and everything. I went out to my car today, covered with everything. You know, free like Monty Python. Yes, absolutely. Well, how about we do both, Goodies Gumdrops? We like and we comment. I appreciate the likes and the comments. Yeah, I'm going with the mask. Exactly, Crystal DeSaro. Yes, you are welcome. Yeah, it's wild. Do I have an escape plan and go bag ready just in case? Yes, Amber Wilnell, I do have a go bag in place for everyone, or for everyone, for myself, for little Marisol. She was a trooper. She was not a pleased. She was not a happy camper today, or I'm sorry, over the last couple of days, because she was kind of cooped up. I only took her out a couple of times because it was pretty smoky and nasty. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I tried to keep her corralled a little more than usual just because she doesn't need to be out there. I mean, she has no mask, poor thing. So that is when I went to bed on that is 9:40 p.m. on Friday night. So that's a silhouette. And what was happening now, from what I understand, again, I'm not a firefighter. And as I always say in this channel, I am not a lawyer. I'm not a psychologist. I do not work in law enforcement. I'm just a guy who's been through a lot of shit. Did I even play the intro today? I did. I played the intro. Yeah, I played the intro to the show. Sorry. Days are running together. I don't even know. Is this a Sunday? I guess this is Sunday, right? So so this is what I go to bed with. And then the next, so I'm like, okay, say my prayers, please just have this thing out or whatever. Please let it happen. I wake up at, this is 6:30 in the morning, yesterday morning. From my live stream. How close did the fire get to you after? It kind of stayed about right here, Greg, in this area. So I don't know, this is about like 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from me, something like that. Not close, not far. Too close for comfort. I was more scared with the fire when it was way over on the other side on the first night, as I was sharing with you guys, when it was over and when it was this close, when it was coming down, because this is actually closer to me than that other shot that I just showed you guys. This is actually much closer to me. This was really scary because this is right above San Vicente, and I'm, like I said, like 1.5 miles maybe from San Vicente. It's not far from me at all. Super scary. So this is yesterday morning, and I had played some of the live stream. You guys can check that out. We watched it together for about 2 hours, but as you can see, this is just, again, more homes, and just look at just the molten. It's like looking at a campfire with the coals, the hot coals. But these are people's homes and livelihoods. And this is where I go biking. So this is the backside of the canyon where we go dip down into the forest to go through the trees and all the fun stuff. And yeah. That's it. That's, well, I have more videos and stuff that I can share with you guys, but this was basically the ordeal. This was, this is yesterday morning. I'll share this with you guys. Just getting up, doing my normal check in the morning, and there's a fire right in Mandeville Canyon. It's bad, man. This is bad. The deck is covered in ash. Pray for LA, guys. Pray for LA. Oh, I don't want to do that. So that was, let's like I said, that was yesterday morning, and that's the first picture I took. I try to get up and take photos, and then I try to do lives and share with you guys on video what was happening. This is the second. Yeah, this is a little later. No, not that. Every day later. I come out here and just look out my window, and that's what I see. Really sad. So the fire started like way over here the other day. That's where it all kind of started. Over there, and then moved this way, and now it's moving back this way. There's a 405 over there, Getty Center, all that. This is Mandeville Canyon area. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievably sad. How close is Colorado Avenue? I don't know, like 7 blocks, something like that. Colorado, 1, 2, 3, yeah, something like that. Colorado, yeah, not too far. Colorado's not too far. Every day I come out here. No, that was the wrong. Yeah. Anyways, that was. And then today we had donations. So I donated a bunch of stuff. I don't think this is all donations here. Like an Aviation Nation sweatshirt, some boxing gloves, Nikes, hats, a bunch of t-shirts, shirts, towels, bags, blankets, all kinds of stuff, guys. Hats, sunglasses, a watch. Even have some Irish oatmeal. Hey, they're in packets. That should work, right? Anyways, some sunglasses, Oakley sunglasses, my old blue blockers. So yeah, anyways, shirts, lots of shirts, jeans, some Page denim pants that don't fit me. They're brand new. So anyways, I hope these go to a good home. So that was what I donated today. Our neighbors are all doing scheduling pickups and everything, where they can schedule all the pickups for the neighborhood and things like that. So it was really cool. The bummer is last weekend on New Year's, I donated like a Keurig coffee maker and a television and a bunch of like stuff, like just household stuff that people could use just to the Goodwill, just because I wanted to like purge my place. And now I'm kind of like, ugh. I waited a few more days, whatever. I mean, at least I had the clothes. I didn't donate the clothes because I forgot they were in my car when I dropped the stuff off, and then I gave stuff to people, and it would have been perfect to be able to give it away, but it's fine, whatever. I have a bunch of dog stuff too. I have a bunch of puppy wee-wee pads that Marisol doesn't use, and some puppy dog food that I got to give to a shelter or something. So yeah, we saw one airplane fly in and do the dip. The problem that happened with the airplane, Coffee 7564 V5H. They use the airplanes, but the problem is that the people, one of the airplanes got hit by a drone because somebody was flying a drone. So it put a hole in the wing. It was a Canadian plane. It put a hole in the wing, so it got grounded. Yeah, I hope they do, Andrea Clark. They get the stuff. I'm sure they will. I'm saying a little prayer for that because it's like I gave it all this stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, where do you donate? I've got lots of stuff, especially for fur babies. That's great, Miss Smith. I have links in the show notes of today's episode for all the places that you guys can donate. All the places that you guys can donate to be able to support. To be able to support, the American Red Cross and find out details of what's going on, all these things. So there's links in the show notes, as I said, of today's episode to check that out, where you can have those resources. So I shared all this stuff on social media. I shared it here with you guys on YouTube. And as I was talking about at the beginning of the program, I said I would talk about it at the end. Part of me, I'm sharing my experiences is what I'm going through. And I'll tell you, like, I remember I ran into this old man in my client's hotel, Shutters by the Beach. This was Thursday afternoon, and I was in the elevator with him, and he was probably 85 years old. And I said to him, and we were talking, he was very upbeat, and I said, are you here for the right reasons or the wrong reasons? And he goes, the wrong reasons. We lost our home last night. And I was like, oh, man, I just, my heart just broke. And I was, being strong for him, but I just wanted to cry because I just thought this man is at the, towards the end of his life, and this is what he has to deal with. But he seemed very upbeat because he was there with all his family. So it was a really beautiful thing. Everything that I saw in the community, everybody rallying around and supporting one another and huddling up and hugging and kissing and, being with one another. It was actually, in a weird way, it was really a beautiful thing to see a community and these people, your friends and neighbors, support each other and be there for one another. It was actually quite miraculous to see and beautiful to see in a lot of ways. As difficult as it was, a lot of people got their animals out and everything. The whole hotel had all kinds of dogs and cats and everything and running around. It was like a little zoo. It was cute though. It was nice, but and guys, also, I am coming at this from my experience dealing with the fires that are on the west side, the Palisades fire specifically. There is a whole other fire on the other side of town in Altadena, which has ravaged so many businesses and homes and all of that. You can donate to those people as well. They are just as effective. I'm only sharing this, my experience, because I lived over here on the west side in Santa Monica, where this directly affected and impacted us. But there is a whole other community on the east side of Los Angeles, the Altadena, Pasadena area, that is also being ravaged by fires almost as big as the Palisades fire was. They are dealing with it. Those communities as well. Please reach out, support them. All the victims of the Altadena fire. It's not good. This is all very bad. So please, if you're going to support, please try to support everybody. We can only do so much, but I want to tell the story. So I'm sharing all this on social media. I'm sharing it here on YouTube with you guys. I'm posting photos every day and stories and things to try to update people so they can see what's happening, so they can be educated. Part of me feels, as I'm doing this, as if, I don't want to call it trauma porn, but it's like I'm sharing this, and people, I'm sure there's a lot of Schadenfreude. I'm sure a lot of people think, oh, well, there's a lot of rich people who live here. There's also a lot of people that have houses that have had them in their families that aren't wealthy, that just inherited houses, or it's been there in their family for generations. And it's worth millions of dollars. But it's the only thing they have. You know what I mean? So they lose their only asset. And it's not like they can just go buy another house. Not everybody that lives in these areas is affluent. They're just getting by. They just happen to have a home in a nice area and get lucky, right? So there's a lot of things to consider when you're thinking about those who are affected by these fires. My point is I was sharing a lot of this, and I was kind of going through these moments of reflection in myself, of like, why am I sharing this? And I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm trying to share my experience. You guys are interested in this show. It's my life here on YouTube. It's my life on the podcast. I'm open and sharing what's going on in the city that I love, that I've lived here for almost 25 years in Los Angeles. I got here when I was 1 year old. I've lived here for almost 25 years. And it's something that's deeply affected me because I'm very involved, and I enjoy the benefits and the fruits of this community, the hiking, the biking, the ocean, the restaurants, everything about my community I love, right? But part of me was like, I'm sharing this, and there's a social media presence, and I don't know how that affects people. So this morning, I'm out walking Marisol, my little Chihuahua, and I see a neighbor of mine. I haven't seen him probably since like before the holidays, a few months. He has a house that's 3 doors down from me, and Marisol's trying to cross the street, but I'm like, oh, we should say hi to Chris, and we should do this, and he sees me, flags me down, and he comes up to me with tears in his eyes, and he says, Collier, I want to thank you for you posting about and going live about what was going on, because I was traveling and everything I saw on the news was telling me that it was bedlam, that the whole city was on fire. And I thought I thought my house had burned down. I had no way to find out if my house was still standing. And because I follow you on YouTube and on social media, I could see what you were doing, and I knew that my home was safe. And I want to thank you for that. So a lot of times as we're creators, we're making content, and we're like unsure of whether what we're doing here has an impact. And I'm always constantly battling that dilemma. But for me, hearing him say that and seeing the tears in his eyes, and I give him a big hug, and I'm like, thank you for saying that. Thank you. I'm so glad that what I was doing mattered to people, and somebody who's directly impacted, who didn't know if their house was burned down or not. They didn't know what was going on. They hear everything in the news, and the news is so hyperbolic with its sensationalization and and just conjecture of like, the whole city's burning down in Santa Monica and this, that. Because I got people contacting me and they're thinking everything is on fire. And he comes on my Instagram, he comes on my YouTube, and he sees that he can see his place in the shot where I'm filming. And he knows his house is safe because he knows that I'm sitting there, whatever, filming, keeping watch, what have you, that there's something there, and that a family that has been in his house for 3, maybe even 4 generations is still there. So a lot of times I wonder if what I'm doing really matters or not. But I realize that it does. So anyways, guys, thanks for being here. As always, Mover Nation, love one another, be kind to one another, pray for LA. I'm Collier Landry. Here's the. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support today's program, please click the links in the description of the show notes of today's episode. And if you like this video, check out this one right here or this one right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps with the algorithm. On that note, I'm Collier Landry. I'll see y'all on the next one. Good girl, Marisol. Good girl.